yeah. And then being low and small, very very gentle, very slow, sedate. Being low and chew.
I don't believe in realism. A lot of my aesthetics come, I think, from the French symbolists, and the idea of a work of art as it being in some sense an opaque surface distinct from the world. Art doesn't need to refer to the world, it doesn't need to refer to anything. In some sense, no work of art is ever about anything. This is an idea that you can see in the Chinese opera.
I started on this. I was doing an MPhil in comparative literature, and I chose the German dramatist Bertolt Brecht, because Bertolt Brecht has written about, not exactly written about Chinese things, but used Chinese themes in several of his plays. Yeah, and also when I read up on him, I read that in 1953, I think, Bertolt Brecht was in Russia, and there Mei Lanfang was making a visit to Russia. So he saw Mei Lanfang in Russia doing a demonstration just in Western style xizhuang, a Western style suit, and he thought, wow, this person, a man, already 40 something, and dressed in a Western suit, and he could still demonstrate what a beautiful Chinese ancient maiden was like, and to portray that sort of feeling. So he was very impressed.
I study the Dan because it's what Kathy teaches. It's often said of Nandan that they have a more objective idea of femininity because they see it externally, and that we have to be very precise with our movements because we can't rely on any kind of femininity that comes naturally. Though of course, I mean, if you're a huge, big, broad-shouldered guy, then you wouldn't necessarily be very, because you just have the wrong body type. So I don't think it's a disadvantage being a male Dan. I think in many ways it's an advantage. And there's a very particular kind of beauty associated with the male Dan or with the onnagata in Japan, which can't be got out by a woman.
Kunchu, you would say, is more from south of China. It kind of got popular around the Ming Dynasty and then died down near the Qing Dynasty. And it actually started as Beichu, which is the north, but it's still very soft. And then it kind of got more developed, and it's from the Kunshan style. That's the most popular, and that's where it got the name from. That's called Kunchu. And I would say the melodies are really long. You sing one tone, and then it goes on and on for quite a long time. You have to hold the breath for maybe one bar. For example, in Lan Hua Mei, even the first note, you'll be that's only one character, and you basically have to hold it for a very long time. And sometimes one song is only 2 lines, but it will take 5 minutes for you to finish the whole song.
For theatre, it only comes alive, really, at a particular point. And at a particular point, you feel that you are drawn into it because you're part, for me, as an actor, I'm drawn into it because I'm there acting. Especially when you come to Kunchu lyric, because every phrase is poetry, So I would say it's really quite impossible. Every line is beautiful. And even though a line may not seem beautiful, it is so when you appear on stage. When you're delivering it, you feel that you can put beauty into that ordinary line. Well, I've got lots of photos, of course. But first of all, I've made a selection here. This is Du Li Niang. This is from the Kunqi Opera, the Peony Pavilion, and the scene is Xun Meng, which I translate as in pursuit of a third dream. Third dream because she had that particular dream about falling in love and being with a very nice young man. And I always use this partly also as to show my students what good posture is. Because if you have good posture, then no matter when you are photographed, you should be just right. That's what I observed from observing my excellent teachers. You know, every move is just exact.
I think Kunqi definitely has a huge influence on my life. I do think it's an outlet for me. Why I study medicine is really stressful. We're doing some samples. Well, we're doing histology here. So I actually needed help from a postdoc. So I actually had to wait until now to get it done. 现在差10分9点。
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah.
Is she famous?
Yeah,
No.
She very famous?
in the
I think
opera
it's just
circle.
not that many people do it in the UK, and it's very rare.
Wow.
So.
I thought you didn't speak Chinese. Mandarin.
I'm fluent in Mandarin. Come on.
When I asked you, you neglected it. Why? Are you not proud
Well,
of
you
it?
didn't speak
No,
it properly.
Wow, this is like, she's following you. My goodness.
She was
A
nothing.
superstar.
No. This is a star here. This is a star.
Superstar. So I will.
I was my low on battery, but it might
Oh,
die.
you look beautiful.
So it's a singing and movement.
Beautiful. Do you have something to play this as well?
Not on here, but I'm happy to send you a little clip.
You should bring it one day, you know?
正好就今天遇上大老板，我平常都见不到他。I think everyone wants to know who they are. They want to find an identity where they belong, and I think it's just what I want. It just happens that to link with traditional Chinese culture.
It's not. Of course, I'm not nostalgic for it because it's not part of my past, but that's beside the point. I think Benjamin Britten said that he wanted his music to be a sort of homecoming, I think. The phoenix are at play on their terraces. The phoenix are gone. The river flows on alone. Flowers and grass cover over the dark path where lay the dynastic house of the Gaul. The bright cloths and bright caps of Xin are now the base of old hills. The 3 mountains fall through high heaven. The Isle of White Heron splits the 2 streams apart. Now high clouds cover the sun, and I cannot see Chuan afar, and I am sad.
再见。